Without pollinators, we die.
We absolutely have experienced colony collapse disorder.
With farming, I feel like people want to just make sure there's no pests, so then they just spray all these pesticides that then kill bees.
One of the biggest problems with bees right now is the varroa mite. I think a lot of times home beekeepers don't deal with that, and they actually end up infecting other colonies.
So you hear about the tuna fishermen exterminating the tuna in areas, and then they just move on to something else. That's what would happen with pollinators. If pollinators aren't here, we're going to eat up whatever food sources are left.
Bee pollination is an ecological service valued in North America at $20 billion a year. More than 1/3 of the world's crop species depend on bee pollination. Plants rely on pollinators so they can fruit and produce seeds.
My name is Susan Brown. I'm a beekeeper and chocolate maker in St. Paul, Minnesota. The main reason that I wanted to start working with bees was because I was using so much honey. I was using it as a sweetener and making a lot of stuff, and I couldn't afford to keep buying it. So that was the initial reason. But after I started working with bees, I realized that it was much bigger than just satisfying a need for an ingredient. I learn a lot from bees. I learn about working together. I learn about nature, how nature is interconnected. And I learn a lot of things about myself as I work with a hive. So it became a much bigger thing, and it also gave me a really much greater appreciation for honey and for what goes into preparing it so that we can enjoy it. Honey, as a matter of fact, at times called the food of the gods, just like chocolate is. They relate culturally over a long period of time. We absolutely have experienced colony collapse disorder. We've had, the last several years especially, have been difficult to overwinter our bees. Another problem that the bees are having is also mites.
The Varroa destructor is an external parasitic mite. The disease brought from this mite is called varrosis. The Varroa can only reproduce in a honeybee colony. The mite feeds on the internal organs of the host. The Varroa is considered to be one of the multiple stress factors contributing to the higher levels of bee losses around the world.
And we've tried a number of different methods to keep them healthy that have been prescribed by the University of Minnesota and other educated entities, and we haven't found great resolution for that problem.
The other part of that is, without those pollinators, you don't have this full environment. We need to understand that what we're doing has a huge impact on what's happening with all the things around us. And the loss of environments, climate change, and the loss of pollinators.
Instead of using really harmful pesticides or insecticides or things like that, you go for a more organic approach and a less harmful approach, a more natural approach. So if you're only killing the harmful insects rather than pesticides, which oftentimes kill the beneficial insects as well.
For bees, food is flowers, so we need to plant more flowers that are planted with good seeds that haven't been coated in pesticides, in dirt that is organically sustained. I always want to encourage people to be brave and go for it, but to make sure they have a good support system when they do.
If we don't act soon, we will lose the food that you come to know and love.
Pizza, forget about that. Auntie's apple pie, not anymore. Hearty greens,
Nope.
orange juice in the morning, cereal, guacamole, lemonade, coffee, chocolate, vanilla. They're all here because of bees. Save your life by saving bees.
Here are some resolutions to stop the bee decline. Avoid planting lawns. They never have enough beneficial plants because they are cut too much. 2. Leave dandelions or clovers growing in your grass to spread the pollination. Wildflowers are one of the best resources for food. Putting a small basin of water can help the bees. Bees get thirsty too. Use safe bee removals if you have bees living in or around your house. Go with an option that releases them into a natural environment rather than killing them. Save your life by saving bees.
Yeah. Shout out to all the bees.
Honey.
Without the bees, we're gonna die. Y'all better run. Y'all better hide. Y'all better stop using some pesticide. Cause if you don't, we all gonna die.